Okay, let's start, guys. This is 15, right? And 15, 16. Hmm. Hmm. Good. ఈ ఈ లైన్ ఉంది కదా, జా లైన్, అది ఒక చోట ఎండ్ చేసాయి. ఇక్కడ మొత్తం కలుపుతూ ఇక్కడ ఇట్లా తీసుకొని ఇక్కడ కట్ చేసే, ఇట్లా సన్నగా చేసే, అప్పుడు ఆ స్మూత్నెస్ వస్తుంది అనమాట. కర్వ్స్ తీసుకున్నప్పుడు ఎప్పుడు ఇక్కడ తీసుకున్నా చూడు, ఇట్లా 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 ఎండ్ అయిపోవాలన్నమాట. ఎందుకంటే ఇక్కడ ఈ లైన్ ఇక్కడ దాకా కనిపించదు మనకి. ఓకే, అంతే. వచ్చేది ఇక్కడ వచ్చింది చూసా కర్వ్, అలాగే ఇట్లా మొత్తం లైన్ తీసుకుంటే బాగోదు. ఇట్లా కొంచెం తీసుకొని అది అక్కడ కట్ అయిపోవాలి. బాగుంది. Okay, guys, today we'll see how to cut the photos, how to cut the characters or objects. Any subject, if you want to cut, we have to use pen tool. There are other tools also for selection. We'll see that. Means if you want to change the backgrounds when you're designing photo albums, for example, photo album, charisma photo album. Okay. So when you're designing this kind of albums, you need to change the background. You have to cut the photos like this. This couple, you have to cut like this couples and change the background. This is another photo which is cut. There is another photo here, like composition of multiple photos. So you have to cut the background. Real background you have to cut and put a creation background. Okay, like this. Like this. When you are composing multiple photos, this kind of cutting. Okay. Let's take a photo. Let's download. I'll take this photo. So let me open this photo in Photoshop. I'm opening it. So here you have to use pen tool path mode. Okay, use the pen tool in path mode. Put the pen tool in path mode in order to cut. Okay, means first step is font is not good. Let me change the font. Okay. First step is draw the path. Second step, press Control Enter. Both you have to press Control and Enter to convert the path into selection. Means like this. So you have to draw a path around the character. So the entire character you have to draw a path like this. So after drawing, so when you're drawing this one, you don't want color here. You just want, so backspace. You put this one in path mode. Put it in path mode, then draw, you will get only the path. So using path, you can select the photo. After that, press Control Enter. So that will become a selection. The path converts into a raster now. The vector is becoming a raster, okay, like a selection. So we have selection tools here, right? Rectangle, ellipse, lasso tool. We can use these tools also, but pen tool is very good for cutting the photos. You have a option to add points like this and make a curvature. If you want a curved path, you can bring the curved path like this, right? So these options are there. So once you draw the path, you close it, then press Control Enter, you can cut it. How to copy this one? Control J. So after selection, third step is press Control J to make a copy. Okay, to create a layer. To make a layer via copy. Control J, that is the shortcut for layer via copy. That's it. Once you separate that, the photo will separate and then you can change the background. It's easy. You can bring in another image and put it behind this layer. So let's start drawing the path around the character. So here, if you want to draw path around these hairs, like this, if you want to cut, that will be a problem. For hairs, we will use some other method. Okay. Only for solid edge, like this hard edge, we will use the pen tool. If you want to cut this bouquet, it's very hard, right? We can make it easy. There are other tools to cut this kind of objects. So a lot of details here, leaves are there, flowers are there. If you want to put points, it will take a lot of time. Maybe it will take 2 days. We can do it quickly in 5 minutes. Okay, there are other tools also for cutting hairs and this kind of bouquets. So pen tool is one option. Another tool is color range. In select, we have color range. Select color range. This also we will use. Okay. Color range tool. It is in select menu, color range. So for some area we will use pen tool. For some other area we will use color range tool. And we will be using lasso tools as well as other tools also. Okay. And we will be using add mode, subtract mode, intersect mode. All these modes also we will use. So we have learned this, right? So let's see. Whatever we have learned, that is enough to cut. Okay, let's start. So what I'm going to do now, I'll start drawing path around the characters. Means like this. So you have to draw path around the characters like this. So exactly, you want to draw exactly around the character. Okay. When not in paint, using pen tool, we will draw this area like this. We will select this one using pen tool. All the details. So I'm just roughly giving an idea what I'm going to do. So like this. So the entire path will be like this. The red line will be the path. But when it is coming to the hair area, we will not draw exact border. Instead, we will take a round like this. We will take that in the second step using color range or using some other blending modes. So we will be using blending modes. Blending modes. we'll be using multiply to cut layer blending mode, multiply. To extract the hair. Okay, to extract the hair portion. Color range tool for the bokeh. Bokeh we will use color range. Blending modes we will use for hairs. Pen tool we will use for cutting the entire area, the maximum area. And we have magic wand, lasso, etc. Other tools also you can use. Ultimately, what you need to do, you have to cut the photo. That's it. The job is to cut the photo. Which tool you are using, that's up to you. So you can use any tool. So I'll tell you what happens if I use a magic wand. Let's start with magic wand. If I use a magic wand and if I try to select the background here, it will select like this. It is not exactly selecting the entire background. It is going inside the character also. There is no limitation. Magic wand will go through the pixels. Like if it is a similar pixel, it will select. Okay, if it is similar color, means this color and the shirt color is similar. So magic wand will select everything. There is no limit for that. Okay. If I select the sky here, sky and the shirt, Photoshop is thinking that sky and shirt is both are bright, same brightness. So it will select everything. So we cannot use magic wand for entire thing. We cannot use pen tool also for entire thing. We have to combine all the tools. Okay. Certain area we will use pen tool, certain area we will use magic wand tool. So if you select here, for example, magic wand, see what got selected? The entire. If I select the background, it selected the costume also, right? The dress also. For hairs, it is not good. It is not good. Some hair particles, these follicles are left. They are not getting selected. So there is a technique. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So let's start with the, somewhere you start with the hand here. So let's take pen tool. Start with pen tool, okay? Click here, click like this, add points. So if you are using pen tool, press FF. We don't need any other tool. So we go into full screen, press FF, draw like this. Make sure the pen tool is in which mode? Path mode. Don't draw in shape mode. For cartoon face, we used shape mode. Here we are not going to do any cartoon. So we are going to cut it. Are you able to see the details? Edge. So I can rotate the photo, press R, rotate, then take P, pen tool, then continue like this. As per the requirement, I'm rotating the photo. Okay, click here and then drag. You get the entire path around this round shape, like this, like this. Then click here, click here, click here, click here. That's a straight shape. Then again click and drag to get this round shape. Click and drag, click and drag. Then click here and drag. Rotate the photo. Take pen tool again. So here we need to adjust the shape. So control click on this point and adjust this curvature here. Then continue. So here hair starts. So for hair, we are not going to add any points like this. Instead, what we'll do is we'll take the entire background for some time. Later we will cut it. Okay. Let's take the entire background along with the hairs. Right now we are not cutting hair. Okay. After cutting the entire thing, we will again cut the hair separately. So hair ends here. So you understood? I just bypassed this area. Then take pen tool and then continue this. So zoom in, zoom out. Have you practiced? Control spacebar, zoom in, zoom out, and spacebar for moving. That's very useful. Here we are working in a zoom level. So there is a point needed here. Add point. Control click and then drag. Here also I will take this shape. From here I'll go around like this. That we will take care with the color range tool or magic wand, whatever. So here we cut it. So this area we can cut with color range or magic wand. That's okay. So how to understand where to exclude pen tool? So if there is a good contrast, you can use magic wand. What is contrast means? The difference between the background and the subject. Difference between two things, any two colors. If you see bright color and dark color, there is a good contrast. Okay. When you see the photo, it has good contrast here, you can leave it. You can leave for magic wand or color range tool. But here, there is no contrast. No, there is no difference between the background and the foreground. So other tools will not work. We have to cut it using pen tool. So that's how we decide which tool to use. Take pen tool. When there is no contrast, use pen tool. When there is contrast, you can go for automatic tools like magic wand and selection tools. Let's zoom out. Yeah, we are going in a correct path. Okay. Sometimes it might be some other object. You have to check which object you are going to cut. You have to check. Zoom out and check, then continue again. Sometimes in zoom level, what happens? You will go in some other path. You will realize after some time. So it's a waste of time. So zoom out. Every time zoom out and check whether you are going in a correct way or not. Okay. Then rotate the image like this. Take pen tool. For rotate, I'm using R. Press R. Immediately you will get a rotate tool, R, like this. Then you can rotate. Once you are in adjusting the rotation, then press P to get the pen tool back. Here there is no contrast. I have to use pen tool only. Okay. It seems like background and foreground are in same color, same brightness actually. Little bit here and there, no problem. This is a costume, right? So you don't have to be 100% accurate, 85 to 90% okay. You got this blue color that is not a part of the dress. It's not the true color. That is the lens problem. I'm not taking that blue color. So rotate again. Why I'm rotating the photo? Because I feel comfortable drawing horizontally, like this. If I'm drawing vertically, that's a problem. We cannot move, we cannot move the hand vertically. It takes more time. So use horizontal. చేసుకోవచ్చు ఫెదర్ ఇవ్వచ్చు కదా ఫెదర్ చెప్తాను నేను we can give feather to make it blur edge. Here I feel there is a good contrast between the background and the foreground, so I'll go around like this. Don't have to cut everything here and then start here again. So this portion we can delete using a magic wand. Okay, so that I'm excluding. So you have to be smart enough to identify which area we can use pen tool, which is not with pen tool, so you can save your time. Just click to add a point, then click here and continue. I feel this one, it has a good contrast, but we don't take chances, we'll cut it. There is no much detail, right? Just a curve. You can go like this, no problem. Say again blue color here, that is not the part of any subject. It's almost merged completely. You have to identify the details. You have to sometimes imagine how it will be and then think that is a subject line. Control click and drag. Okay. See here we got some green edge and red edge. The RGB colors are getting splitted up here. Did you notice this? Don't take that edge. So I feel that black and this area is having good contrast. So I can bypass this area. Just bypass this area. No need to cut. Just take around. Let's take that part later. Okay, here also I feel there is a good contrast. I'm ignoring this right now. Let's try again. If something is not working, again we'll come back and take the pen tool. So I'm just bypassing like this. Oh, rotate tool, pen tool. We have a good contrast here, but shirt is having brightness equal to the sky. Not shirt, this is a coat, right? Blazer. Rotate it, make it horizontal. So when you're dragging this line, I will tell you some technique. Don't drag up or down. Drag in the same area, same line like this. When you're pulling that, drag in the same manner. How that line goes, drag in the same direction. If you pull up, the curve is going to change. If you pull down, again the curve is going to change here. Okay, don't pull up or down, just click, drag in the same direction like this. So the curve will be right. Click here, drag in the same direction. Click here, drag in the same direction like this. So when you're dragging this, this technique works. Pull down, pull up here, pull down, up, down. So we are close to the starting point. So this is the starting point, just close it, done. Path, done. F, rotation tool, reset view, done. You're in normal view now. Now what? After drawing the path, you closed it. Then press Control Enter. Second step is draw the path, first step. Second step is press Control Enter to convert the path into a selection. After completing this path, press Control Enter. Now it converts into a selection. This is the selection. After getting a selection, press Control J. Then you will get a copy. Control J. And then turn off the background here. Okay, this background I'm turning off. So this is the layer which we have cut. So for some time I'll take a dummy background. I'll take some blue color background. Alt backspace, and then put it behind so I can see the edges properly. Because with a transparent background, so this is transparent background. In Photoshop, transparency is the checks. With these checks, we cannot identify the differences between the subject and the background. Even if you keep this one also, there is no use. Put a dummy background color just for some time being, so that you can see which area we have to work again. So this area we have to work again. So what I'm doing is take a magic wand tool, click, okay, don't click on the background. Select this layer one, then click here. You will select only this portion. It is a selection. Then what to do? Delete. Press delete. Using magic wand, delete it. So that this portion got deleted. But what we got here is zigzag edges like this. Okay, we got some jittering here. It's not perfect. Undo this, undo. Before deleting, undo everything. So select magic wand, make it smooth. This selection is having steps like this. Make it a smooth curve. You go to selection, go to select, modify, smooth. You can smooth the selection. Click smooth and give smoothness value of 2 and click OK. This will smooth. Okay. Again, if you want to smooth, modify, smooth. Again, click 2. It's same. Alt S M S. Make it 4 or 5. Click OK. This is getting smoother and smoother. Okay. See here, it became round corner here. It became smooth now. 1 second, guys. Take magic wand tool. Select the layer 1, click here, go to select, modify, smooth, put 5 pixel smoothness value and click OK. This path converts to smooth line. See the difference? Before it is not smooth, it's smooth. Before it was a big rectangle here, now it is continuous rectangle like this. Once you make smooth, delete it. You understood what is smooth means? It will make a smooth edge.
Sir, how to make sharp edge, sir?
Which sharp edge? Here. Here you make a lasso tool. Take a lasso tool. Just cut this one. Delete. Done. Got it? If you want to delete this one, take a lasso tool. Which lasso tool? Escape. This lasso tool. Take a lasso tool, draw this one, and then delete. Okay. See here, this anti-aliasing is the problem here. There is no anti-aliasing here. I'll tell you how to give anti-aliasing. Okay. It's very sharp, right? So there is something called anti-aliasing like this. Sharp pixels, little blended pixels. Right now, our subject is like this, without anti-aliasing. With anti-aliasing, you can get a blur edge like this, little soft edge, blended pixels. Okay, I'll tell you that, don't worry. That will take it later. But in long view, you cannot see whether it is anti-aliased or not. When you take a closer look only, you see this problem. See, with pen tool, we got anti-aliasing here. With magic wand, we didn't get that anti-aliasing. It's very sharp cut. With lasso tool also, you'll get the anti-aliasing. See, when I delete, some blending is automatically happening. Okay. So do one thing, undo everything. So if you want to get that anti-aliasing, I'll tell you some option. So you made it smooth, right? Edit, modify, smooth. Select, modify, smooth. After that, add feather. There is something called feather that will give you the anti-aliasing, maybe 1.5 pixels. Click OK, and then delete again. You got that blending. So 1 second, guys. So before deleting, you add, select, modify, feather, 1.5 pixels feather, and click OK and delete. Now you got that anti-aliasing. It's not sharp, it's blended. The edge is soft, blended. I'll tell you what is feather. Okay. When you draw a rectangle like this and fill it, you got a sharp edge, very sharp edge. Draw a rectangle, go to select, modify, give feather, and click OK, and then fill. You got a blur edge. Got it? Feather will give you soft edges. So the value depends, the feather value depends on the number of pixels. Shortcut for feather is Shift F6. Okay, there is a shortcut. Shift F6. If you give feather Shift F6 and increase the feather value to 20 and click OK, it becomes very soft like a cloud. Okay. Shift F6, 200 pixels, click OK, OK, all backspace, very soft. But you got an error here, see? Shift F6, if I give 200 pixels feather and click OK, it's giving me a warning. It's not error, it's a warning. What is the warning? Can you read that? Understood anything? If you select 100 pixels, you can give 50 feather only, less than 50 only. You cannot give 200 feather for a selected area which is 100 pixels. Okay. If you give too much feather, the selection edges will not be visible. Means, what is selection edge? Right now you are seeing these dotted lines, right? That is the selection edges. If you give too much feather, that edges will not be visible. But still you can fill it. You can fill it. It's very soft. Got it? The feather is going to be very smooth. Okay. If I select an area which is small, there are some pixels inside this. Let's consider there are 30 pixels or 50 pixels inside this. Shift F6, then I can give 15 feather. If it is 30 pixels inside that, you can give 15 only or less than that. If you give more than 30, it will be too much soft. So that's why the warning is coming. See, 15 also not allowed. Undo this. In that case, undo, less the value, lessen this value to 10 or something. Yeah, now we can see the selection edge. Before selection edges, disappeared. Alt backspace. So this is the softness you can get. This is the maximum softness you can get. If you give more feather like 15 and click OK, OK, Alt backspace, you're getting too much soft. Got it? So here I want to give softness to the edge, which is only little bit, 1 or 2 pixels, less than 2 pixels. Okay, 1.5 pixel. So undo everything, Shift F6, give a feather value of 0.5 pixel means half pixel. 1 means 1 pixel feather, 0.5 means half pixel. Click OK and then delete. That will be enough. Half pixel feather is good. You get nice anti-aliasing like this. Like this half pixel feather. So this portion there is some white area. Use a lasso tool. Delete these portions. Okay. So instead of this, if I use pen tool, that will be faster, no? I'm doing this much work here. Instead of this, if I draw a pen tool path around that, that will be quicker and faster. Okay, let's try this here. Magic wand. Take a magic wand, W. Press W, you will get a magic wand. Shortcut for magic wand, wand, W. Okay. Select magic wand, W. Click here. See here, it is selecting only up to this area. It is not selecting the exact border. Okay. So what I can do here is, I want to expand the selection here. Go to select, modify, expand. Expand by how many pixels here? 1, 2, 3, 4 pixels. 4 pixels I want to increase. It will go inside. It will expand. Now give feather of half pixel. Means I want to contract it. See, too much expansion, right? You have contract also. Select, modify, contract. Contract by 2 pixels. It will come outside. You can expand the selection. You can shrink the selection. Expansion means growing. Contraction means decreasing the selection area. 1 pixel or 2 pixel you can grow or decrease. That is the expansion and contraction. See these modify options. I'll just little bit explain about these options. Border, it will make a double edge. Border means if you have a selection like this, if you want border, it will make a double edge like this, double line. Okay. Smoothness means, so this is border. It will make double edge. If you draw one circle, it will make 2 circles. Border. Let's see that. If I draw a shape like this, and if I'm using a fill color, it will fill the entire area. If I want to fill border, go to select, modify, border, 4 pixels border, it will get a border. It will make double edge like this. Okay. It will make double edge and it will give you border selection. Sometimes it will be useful. Okay. If you draw a rectangle, select, modify border, click OK, you will get a border. Alt backspace. You are modifying the existing selection into a border selection. That is one option. And another option is, what is the another option? Smooth. If your selection is like this, zigzag, smooth means it will make it everything straight. Wave fashion, if you have a selection which is wave fashion, smooth means like this. So carpenters will be smoothing the edges, right? Same like that. It will do some smoothing like this. Like sandpaper. You know sandpaper? This one. You know this paper? So this paper is used to smooth the edges. Any rough edges there, you can smooth it. So same like that. Photoshop will smooth the rough edges into smooth immediately. How many pixels smooth you want, you can give that value.
సార్ మనం పర్టికులర్ ఏరియాస్ లోనే వచ్చా స్మూత్నెస్.
It will apply to the entire thing. పర్టికులర్ ఏరియా అవ్వదు, ఎందుకంటే ఆల్రెడీ సెలెక్షన్ ఉంది. సెలెక్షన్ని సెలెక్ట్ చేయడం కుదరదు. ఓకే, ఇవ్వచ్చు కానీ ఈ ఆప్షన్ కాదు, వేరే చోట ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, సో expansion contraction. Expansion contraction is if you have a small circle, you can make a big circle. Contraction means you can again make it small selection. Feather is giving the soft edge. That's the options here. That is the modify options in selection. Okay. So I'm using the entire options to get my work done. So here, expanded. I want little bit smoothness because it's zigzag. Select modify smoothness, 7 pixel smoothness. Click OK. It's smooth now. Give feather value. Shift F6, 0.5 or 0.8 pixels feather. Click OK, and then delete. Done. You got nice soft edge like this. And this portion, draw again, delete it. Okay, that is a small object which is not got selected. And this area, use a magic wand. Same problem. We have to little bit expand this one. Select, modify, expand. How many pixels? 5 pixels. It's going inside too much. Undo this. Select, modify, expansion. You have to experiment with the values. 3 pixels, done. And before deleting, smooth it. Select, modify, smooth, 7 pixels smooth. Modify feather, 0.8 pixels feather, and then delete. Done. You got a nice smooth cut. But here it got problem, so I can use a polygon lasso tool and draw a little bit triangle area here, and then delete this one. Before deleting, I have to give the same feather value and delete. Okay, then it will be continuous. Done. And this side, I have to guess whether it is done or not. It will be done or not, we don't know. So there is a problem here, right? Here, it's going into the shirt. So exclude that one. So I can exclude that area. Take a lasso tool, subtract this area. Alt, draw a lasso tool around this. That selection is subtracted. Got it? Now this much area I can delete. Got it? This much area I can delete. Shift F6, feather of 8 pixels, smoothness 7 pixels, expansion 3 pixels, delete. Done. And this portion I'll try my best. Magic wand tool, not going to work, right? Okay, we have to use pen tool only here. This portion, no. Here, no. That's giving a problem here. So go with pen tool, straight forward tool, directly cut it. It's very easy to use pen tool. Rotate it, take pen tool. rotate, Control Enter, delete. Before deleting, give little bit feather, 0.8 pixels feather, delete it. Okay, you get soft edge. I'll do one thing. I'll tell you some technique here. Delete like this. Select magic wand. Okay, 1 second. Shirt is the problem, right? So this much area I'll delete. I'm making a discontinuous area. So I'll try here. I can select this portion easily. Got it? So because if it is continuing with the shirt, this color, white color, it will select. So discontinue, make it discontinuous. And here is okay, I think. Okay, give feather, shift F6, 0. Like 1.5 feather and delete. Done. No, right? Pen tool is always smooth. Don't do this, guys. Don't do this. If I'm trying to be over smart, I'm getting a different result. Try with pen tool only. Exclude the hair portion. You want each and every hair strands. Okay, we already have that. So this much we delete. Delete. Give good feather value. Shift F6, 0.8, delete. We take pen tool only. Okay, here I can do one trick. For hand, I can use magic wand. This area I will delete with pen tool. This much. This much. Control Enter, Shift F6, Enter, delete. Done. Pen tool will be always smooth. There is no need of smoothing again. Okay. And this area I can use magic wand. Okay. Let's make it discontinuous. I'm removing the connection between these two lines and then use a magic wand. Then it will select only here. If the pixels are connected, it will spread. Okay, like water. Now you can use magic wand here. Same smoothness option. Smoothness 7. Do we need expansion? No need. Feather 0.8, delete. Done. So this portion is a pen tool. Control Enter, delete. Control Enter, delete. Control Enter, delete, and then done. Reset everything. We're done. We're left with hairs and the background of this flowers bouquet. So let's try with magic wand. Will that work? No. We have to disconnect this area. We have to disconnect this area. It is continuous here. So take a lasso tool. Make a disconnection here. And select here also there is continuity. Break it. Break the continuity. Then select magic wand. Oh. Still there is a connection here. Lasso tool. Disconnect. So this area is isolated. We can select it separately with magic wand. And then smoothness. Select. What else? Feather. Feather, and then delete. Delete. Done. And this one is a little tricky. So here, take a lasso tool or pen tool. Take pen tool. Draw like this. Control enter, shift F6, 0.8, 0.5, okay, delete, done. Here I'll make it discontinuous. Okay. So if I use magic wand here, I have to use here, and I have to use inside the holes, here, here. Magic wand is limited here. Okay, it's getting its limitations. I have a lot of holes here. I want to select the holes, the entire background. Okay, in single click I can select using color range. Using color range I can select, that I will explain tomorrow. Okay, so cutting this and the hairs will be tomorrow. Okay, your time up. But I'll show you, if you want you can try. Select color range, put here none, select. You have to learn these options: grayscale, then fuzziness. You have to do like this. And take lasso tool. Subtract the unwanted area. So this much work is there. It's very easy only. You have to learn the tool. Done. Selection is done. Using color range, we have selected the entire thing and then delete it. Done. So color range will be useful to select a particular range of colors. That will be next class. So today you see with the pen tool, lasso tool, magic wand tool, you try this one. Okay. Leave the hair portions, both hairs and the bouquet. Leave it. Tomorrow we will see that. I'm saving this file. File, save. In 16th class, save it. Photoshop document. Save a PSD file only. Okay. Don't save JPEG here. When you're saving, make sure you're saving a PSD file so that layers will be included in that. Okay. Means if you save a PSD file, next time if you open this PSD, you can continue your work. It will be like this. If you save a JPEG, if you save a JPG, JPG is like this. This is the JPG. If you want to work with the JPG, layers are merged. You cannot work with the JPG. Again, you have to cut again. This one. Okay. Since it is blue color, it will be easy to cut, but not like that. That is not the work. You save a PSD file. Better save a PSD file for your work. So we have learned blending modes also tomorrow we will see. Color range, blending modes tomorrow. Okay. Any doubts? Yeah, good doubt. Difference between feather and smooth. I'll show you. Practically, I'll show you. Let's take a default photo size. Let's take a lasso tool. I'm drawing a zigzag pattern like this. Okay. Go to select, modify, smooth. Give a smooth of 50 and click OK. that becomes smooth. That zigzag patterns got smoothened. And if you fill, one second, I'll fill some green color. If I fill, still it is a hard edge. If you give feather like 20 pixels feather, and then fill, it is a soft edge. Smooth is actually making the zagged edges into smooth edges, like rough edges into smooth edges. Carpenter tools, you'll be using some tools for cutting and smoothing. This one, what is this called? Plane. Have you seen this work with plane? What he does? He will smooth, right? He will smooth the surface. That edge surface is getting smooth because of this plane. Okay. So smooth option is like plane. Feather option is, in real life we don't see feathers. Okay. When you're drawing, maybe you can see, right, soft edges, like when you draw with pencil and rub. Okay. Pencil shading. Pencil shading. In pencil shading, it's like this. You'll take a finger and rub that edge using pencil shade. So feather is like this shade. Draw with pencil and rub again with a finger. What happens? You'll get feather. Feather is similar to that artwork. Like this. This soft edge is feather edge. This is hard edge. Yeah, shading. Okay. So when you give feather, it will give you some shading, like spreaded. It will spread with shade. Shift F6 and click OK 20, and then that soft edge. That is feather. Got it? It is like blur only. If I take a rectangle and fill it, and if I apply blur, filter we have blur. If I apply a blur, what's happening? Edge is getting blurred. Feather and blur both are same. Feather will give you blur. Smooth option will actually make it smooth. Understood the difference? Clear? So you learned about border, smooth, expand, contract, feather. And tomorrow you will learn about color range and blending options, layer blending options. Here we have normal, multiply, like that. We will use these modes also. Okay guys, see you. Bye.